Game 2 here, and Habitation Station is going to be the host of this. It was a very interesting first game, and a very close one until the final engagement. But that is in the past, and spawning in game number 2 to the top left, we have got the Pink Zerg player representing Vega Squadron, Johnny Rico. And his opponent to the top right, the Green Zerg representing Team Dignitas, none other than Tefl. So, Tefl up against Rico. Tefl is 1-0 up at the moment. It was a very close game 1. A Speedling all-in started things off for Rico. And then we got into a mute-on-mute fight. Rico took the lead there, but Tefl identifying that early tech straight to Infestors. He then got the miracle fungal growth. It wasn't even a miracle. Rico went straight in, and Tefl was just like, fungal. Over some spores. The spores wrecked face. And that was the end of things, basically. So, Tefl, 1 win away now from taking €50 and the spot in the monthly finals. Rico needs to win this to be in with a shot still. As per usual, Tefl goes for the 14 pull. He always does this. I don't think I have ever seen Tefl not go for a 14 spawning pull. And if it works, why switch things up? You don't need to, basically. Meanwhile, Rico goes for a 15 hatch. Playing things a little bit more greedy. We'll see if he goes for a hatch gas pool or hatch pool gas, if he gets the gas at all. Rico, of course, is a competent player at going gasless off of the hatchery first play, so certainly something that could be on the cards. Adds in the spawning pool now as Tefl just comes over to scout. Gonna see the timing of that and know pretty much immediately what's on the cards. But also scouts the gas, so this is quite an interesting move by Rico. Again, the potential for the early Speedling aggression is there. We saw it last game and it was very effective, but Tefl really utilised phenomenally good defense. It was all with the drone pull and the way you use stop command rather than engaging directly. Just so good, worked incredibly well, and therefore it'll be interesting to see if Rico does risk it again. Won't really know until we see how much gas is mined, when it's mined, and where the lava go really, but there's the option for both, obviously, Zergling Baneling aggression, Speedling plays, or just a safe tech up where he gets down speed and just keeps 1 or 2 drones in there in order to get defensive Banelings. All viable options. Good possibilities and things we could be seeing. Meanwhile, over on Tefl's side, the advantage of that 14 pull is he gets a very early queen. Comes to check to see if there is an overlord in position, but Rico's already pulled that back to safety. Could have been a nice early bit of damage for Tefl, potentially a great supply block. Important thing is speed is coming down for both players, but note, Rico has 3 drones in gas still. Generally, the only reason you'll see this is for the Baneling Nest, meaning that we'll get some very aggressive play. Baneling Nest now gets started up as well for Rico. We don't see a Spine Crawler. This is another hint that we're going to be seeing some aggressive moves from the Vega Squadron Zerg yet again. Tefl, for the moment, doesn't have too much going on. He's got speed coming and has kept 1 drone in gas. So he can get defensive Banelings, but it's going to be quite a while until that comes down. He could also look to get down an earlier lair, but that really won't help him this game. So, 16 Lings in production now for Rico. He's going very aggressive from the start. The Baneling Nest, though, is the new addition. Defensive Spine coming through for Tefl, but is it going to be done in time? It should be. The defensive Baneling Nest, though, almost certainly won't. Speed about to kick in for both players. This is going to be a nail-biting early game. So much aggression coming yet again from Rico. It's not purely Speedlings, though. A lot of Banelings are going to be in the mix. That makes it a much harder hold. Tefl, though, he's had further time to prepare. He's got that Spine Crawler nearly done. His defensive Baneling Nest, 2/3 completed. Immediately pulling one of the queens, but not the second one yet. Knows that he's going to have a bit of a tough time. Starts up a second Spine Crawler. First handful of Speedlings come in, knowing there's not defensive Banelings, trying to whittle down the health on those spines. The spines, the big damage dealers against the Banelings. The focus fire must be good from Tefl if he wants to hold this. Up come a lot of Banelings. They're looking for the big connections. Sneak on by. Big detonations go down on all the defensive Banelings. But the spine is still up. The Zergling count not that high. Second spine gets cancelled, and for a substantial number of banelings, Rico really didn't do that much damage. Tefl pulls the drone away to safety towards the third base. For a second I thought the confidence was just going to be insane and he was going to take a third, but no, not that bold. Knows there's still more pressure coming through. But there's so many defensive banelings. I don't think Rico can break this position. He's still making a hell of a load more Zerglings. But it's going to be tough. There's still the defensive spine. Still so many defensive banelings to go down. Nice hit there, but the Lings are just getting whittled away. Drone count is in Tefl's favour by a huge amount. 39 to 23. That income-wise is just gigantic. And I just don't see a way that Rico can make this work. He's switching back to droning now. But it is oh so late. So late. Resources lost. Rico's lost more. In terms of the gas losses, I'm not entirely sure. Looks like he's lost slightly more gas as well, so that's a little bit frustrating, but this is pretty insane. Yeah. Actually, no, Tefl's... Oh no, because that doesn't show banelings that have detonated. Never mind. Anyway, up comes now, obviously, the counter-attack from Tefl. He's going to be trying to get some damage through. He's morphing in a couple of additional... Oh, he's already morphed in some banelings. Coming forward now, going to get some additional damage done. The drones have to be so careful. These detonations could be massive. Drones being microed very well at the moment, trying to stay safe. Nice detonation comes through. A couple of drones do get taken down. That takes the drone count 46 to 31. The income advantage for the Dignitas Zerg is huge. Third base for Tefl at the gold is coming down. The Spire on its way, and this is before we even see a lair yet for Rico. He committed so heavily to that Zergling Baneling push, and it just did not do the damage it needed. Rico has only killed 6 drones this game. He is down still by 12 and has been for a long period of time. Should be able to deny this third momentarily, cancel force, and will get the drone for his trouble, but loses a handful of these Zerglings in order to do it. Definitely worthwhile. Keeps the bases at least level for the moment. But Tefl, he's expanded down to the 4th as well. He knows that that was going to come. Rico, I don't believe has scouted this yet, but he does have a good number of roaches in order to deflect that speedling pressure. Rico definitely doesn't know about that base down to the bottom right. He doesn't have an Overlord in position, and so is therefore unaware that his opponent is still looking for that 5th and 6th gas geyser. The Spire, 8 seconds away from completion, but Rico preparing for another wave of aggression. Can Tefl deflect this? He's got a lot more banelings, a lot of Zerglings, but no roaches. The spines need to play a big part in this. Rico doesn't know the spire is coming, doesn't know about the lair, but may suspect. Discovered now this 4th base, and Tefl ideally doesn't want to lose that, but he can't really defend it. It'd be very challenging to get that through, especially with these roaches here. Sacrifices a couple of banelings moving up initially, but Tefl goes for the counterattack. He's going to try and force the retreat away. Few baneling detonations, but there come the Mutalisks. The cavalry have arrived, and they're going to be tearing through this. Rico has no defense from it. GG is called, and Tefl takes this series 2-0. He wins 50 euros and that spot in the monthly Go for SC2 finals, where 600 euros is on the line.